still stand by that. But Melody seemed to be really bothered by the commentary that people have had about this last episode. And I was actually surprised by her reaction, because it was just like, because usually people have said so many things about Melody over the years and you don't really see her go off too much. So it's been a while since she's gone off. So she decided to, on multiple TikTok lives as she's packaging orders for her beauty line, she went off a couple of days in a row. First on toxic leadership.
You know that feeling when you finally walk away from something that's been breaking your heart for years? That moment when you realize the thing you loved, the thing you helped build with your own two hands, has turned into something you don't even recognize anymore? Well, that's exactly where Melody Shari finds herself right now. And let me tell you, this goodbye is sending shockwaves through the reality TV world in ways nobody saw coming. After months of speculation, whispered rumors, and fans piecing together clues like detectives at a crime scene, Melody has finally done it. She has officially closed the door on Carlos King. And not with some quiet, fade into the background kind of exit either. No, she went out the way she came in, with dignity, with power, and with a message that has everyone talking. But here's what makes this story so much deeper than just another reality TV departure. This isn't about contracts or creative differences. This is about betrayal. This is about a woman who gave everything to a man who built his empire on her back, only to watch him act like she never mattered at all. To really understand why this moment matters so much, we have to go back to the beginning, before the screaming matches, before the shady social media posts, before the fans had to pick sides in a war that should have never started. There was Melody. Just Melody, a woman trying to figure out her life while cameras followed her every move. When Love and Marriage Huntsville first hit our screens, nobody knew what to expect. Reality TV had seen plenty of shows about Black love and Black business, but there was something different about this one, something real. And that something was Melody Shari. She wasn't just another pretty face reading lines written by producers. She was a woman living her truth in front of millions of people. And that kind of honesty doesn't come easy. Think about what Melody went through in those early seasons. She opened her marriage for the world to see. She let us watch as her relationship with Martell Holt fell apart in real time. And let's be honest, most of us wouldn't have the strength to do that. Most of us would have run the other way the moment things got hard. But not Melody. She stayed. She showed up. She let us see her cry, fight, struggle, and eventually rise from the ashes of a broken marriage like a phoenix that refused to burn out. And here's the thing that Carlos King either forgot or chose to ignore. Melody wasn't just a cast member on that show. She was the show. Period. End of story. Every major moment, every conversation that had people texting their friends saying, "Did you see what happened on Huntsville last night?" Almost all of them revolved around her. Whether people loved her or loved to hate her, they were watching because of her. That's not arrogance, that's just facts. But success has a way of making people uncomfortable, doesn't it? Especially when that success starts to outgrow the container that helped create it. Melody wasn't content to just be a reality star. She had bigger dreams, and she went after every single one of them with a determination that should have been celebrated. Instead, it seems like it became a problem. She launched her music career, putting out songs that told her story in ways that interviews never could. Every lyric, every beat, every melody came from a place of real pain and real healing. Her fans ate it up because they had watched her live through exactly what she was singing about. That's not something you can fake. That's authenticity in its purest form. Then there was her skincare line, her real estate ventures, her speaking engagements. Melody was building an empire while the cameras were rolling, and somewhere along the way, that became threatening to the people who were supposed to have her back. Because here's the ugly truth about reality TV that the networks don't want you to know. Once you become bigger than the show starts to feel threatened. And when the person running the show starts to feel threatened, that's when things get messy. The tension between Melody and Carlos didn't happen overnight. It was a slow burn, the kind you don't notice until suddenly everything is on fire. Fans started picking up on little things. A comment here, a dismissive gesture there, moments where Carlos would talk about the show's future without mentioning the woman who had carried it on her shoulders since day one. And every time it happened, you could feel the energy shift. Melody tried to play nice. She really did. She showed up, she did her job, she gave the people what they wanted. But behind the scenes, something was clearly wrong. She started talking about feeling drained, about needing space, about protecting her peace. And when a woman like Melody Shari starts talking about protecting her peace, you better believe something has gone terribly wrong. Then came the announcement that no one was ready for. Melody was leaving. Just like that. After everything she had given, after every tear she had shed on camera, after every business deal she had closed while the world watched, she was walking away. And the way Carlos responded, let's just say it told us everything we needed to know about how he really felt. Instead of a tribute, instead of a thank you, instead of any acknowledgement that this woman had helped turn his show into a cultural phenomenon, we got almost nothing. A few generic statements that sounded like they were written by a publicist who had never watched a single episode. No deep appreciation, no honoring of her legacy, just a shrug and a "the show must go on" attitude that rubbed fans the wrong way immediately. But here's where it gets really interesting. When the backlash started rolling in, and believe me, it rolled in like a tidal wave, Carlos didn't apologize, he didn't clarify, he didn't try to make things right. Instead, he doubled down. He started talking about how the show was bigger than one person, how Huntsville would continue to thrive, how the remaining cast members were ready to step up and fill the void. And you could almost hear the collective eye roll from every fan who knew the truth. Because let's be real for a second. Can the show survive without Melody? Technically, yes. The cameras will keep rolling, the episodes will keep airing, but will it be the same? Will it have that same electricity, that same raw emotion, that same feeling that you're watching something real instead of something manufactured? Probably not, and the ratings are already starting to tell that story. Fans didn't just get quiet about their disappointment, they got loud. Hashtags started trending, Team Melody merchandise started popping up everywhere. People who had watched since the very first episode started announcing that they were done, and the comments on social media got brutal. Carlos needs to stop pretending Melody wasn't the heart of this show. Without her, it's not the same. The disrespect is unbelievable. Sound familiar? It should, because this is exactly what happens when you try to erase someone who can't be erased. But here's the twist that nobody expected. Just when it seemed like the dust might settle, just when people started to accept that Melody was gone and the show would go on without her, she came back with something that changed everything. Not to the show, not to Carlos, but to her own story. Melody started speaking out, not in a bitter, angry way either. She wasn't on social media throwing shade or subtweeting or trying to start drama. That's not her style. Instead, she started sharing her truth in a way that was so calm, so collected, so clearly thought through that it made Carlos's dismissive responses look even worse by comparison. She talked about feeling undervalued, about watching the show's direction change into something she didn't sign up for, about the toll that constantly having to defend herself was taking on her mental health. And the more she talked, the more fans realized that this wasn't just about money or screen time. This was about respect. This was about a woman who had given everything to a project only to realize that the people running it saw her as replaceable. And then came the moment that officially sealed the deal. Melody announced, in her own words, that she was saying goodbye to Carlos King for good. Not just to the show, not just to the cast, to him specifically. And the way she did it was so powerful that it honestly gave me chills. She didn't rant, she didn't rage, she didn't list every grievance or try to air out every piece of dirty laundry. Instead, she simply stated her truth with the kind of quiet confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you deserve. She said that she was choosing herself, choosing her peace, choosing her future over a past that no longer served her. And if you've ever had to walk away from something that was hurting you, you know how hard that decision really is. The emotional toll this whole situation has taken on Melody cannot be overstated. We're talking about someone who literally helped birth this show, who bled for it, who cried for it, who let the world into the most painful moments of her life because she believed in what they were building. And to have that thrown back in her face, to be treated like she was just another employee who could be replaced, that kind of betrayal cuts deep. But here's what makes Melody different. She didn't let it break her. She could have disappeared. She could have crawled into a hole and let the betrayal consume her. Instead, she did the exact opposite. She got busier. She got stronger. She took every ounce of pain and turned it into fuel for something bigger. Her businesses are thriving in ways that even her biggest supporters didn't predict. Her music is reaching people who have never even watched an episode of Huntsville. She's landing opportunities that have nothing to do with reality TV, proving that she never needed Carlos King or anyone else to validate her worth. And while she's out here winning, the show she left behind is still trying to figure out how to move forward without her. You have to wonder what's going through Carlos's mind right now. He thought he could just move on. He thought the fans would stay. He thought the drama would be enough to keep people watching even after the heart of the show was gone. But the numbers don't lie, and the fans don't either. Every comment, every post, every conversation about Love and Marriage Huntsville eventually circles back to the same question. Where's Melody, and why isn't anyone talking about what she meant to this show? The saddest part of all of this is that it didn't have to happen this way. Carlos could have celebrated Melody, could have honored her contributions, could have sent her off like the queen she is, and let her move on to her next chapter with nothing but love and support from the platform she helped build. Instead, he chose a different path, and that path has led to a place where Melody Shari is officially done with him, and a whole lot of fans are done right along with her. So, where does that leave us? Where does that leave the show? Where does that leave the legacy of something that started with so much promise and potential? Honestly, only time will tell. But one thing is crystal clear. Melody Shari walked away with her head held high, her dignity intact, and her future brighter than ever. She didn't just leave a show. She closed a chapter. She turned the page. She looked Carlos King in the eye, metaphorically speaking, and said, "I'm good." And you know what? She really is good. Better than good. She's thriving in ways that prove she never needed any of this to begin with. The show needed her. Carlos needed her. And now that she's gone, everyone is starting to realize just how much she was carrying. The question isn't whether Melody will be okay. She will be. She already is. The real question is whether Carlos King will ever admit that he made a mistake, whether he'll look back at this moment and realize that he had lightning in a bottle and he let it slip right through his fingers, whether the regret will hit him when the ratings keep dropping and the fans keep leaving and the magic of Huntsville becomes nothing more than a memory of what it used to be. Only time will tell, but for now, Melody has said her piece and she's moving on. No more looking back, no more wondering what if. She's building something new, something entirely her own. And if history has taught us anything, it's that betting against Melody Shari is never a good idea. So here's my question to you. Do you think Carlos King realized what he had before it was too late? Or did ego and pride get in the way of seeing the truth? And more importantly, can Love and Marriage Huntsville ever truly recover from losing the woman who made it worth watching in the first place? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is far from over. And while you're at it, remember this: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Melody did, and now she's free.